Coming up on Golden State Warriors today, are the Dubs still the favorites to win the Western Conference? It's been a wonky season, but could a big end be in store? An NBA executive believes so. So all of that and more coming up on Golden State Warriors today. What's up? Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports with another episode of Warriors Today by Chat Sports. Lots to get into, including what we teased off the top. But I want to ask the nation a question here, Dub Nation. What year did you become a Warriors fan? Was it 30 years ago? Was it 5 years ago? Was it 8 years ago? 2012? What year was it that you became a Dubs fan? If you can't remember the exact year, maybe say or name the best player on the team at the time that you became a Warriors fan. And we're curious to see how long some of you fans go back here on Warriors Today. All right. Could Andre Iguodala get cut? Article out there suggests it's time to have some tough conversations with the veteran who has meant so much to this franchise. Here is Fansided saying, quote, "There was little expectation that Iguodala would play a major impact with the Warriors, but one could have still expected him to be available for more than 3 total games as we enter the last quarter of this season." Yeah, if you were one of those people who thought Andre Iguodala was going to be anything more than just a vet who, if he absolutely had to play, great, but more just of a locker room presence, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, the decline's been pretty steep the past couple of years. Ironically, we have a Heat fan producing this show. He's kind of just the and I'm completely blanking on the guy for the Heat, Rolly, who's been there for 20 years too long. He's the Udonis Haslem with the Warriors at this point. He's there to be an extra voice, and if you need him to play, you're probably in trouble. More from Fansided here. Golden State has signed Lester Quinones to a 10-day contract and their 15th roster spot, though it's likely that one of Anthony Lamb or Ty Jerome will replace him in that spot. However, given the impact they've made to the team this season, you could make the argument that both two-way players should be placed on the main roster to be eligible for the postseason. Could there be a scenario where Iggy is not on this roster come playoff time? I think it's something that should be considered. I will say, though, if it's in favor of a player that has no chance of cracking the rotation, then I personally would probably rather have that veteran experience and voice on the sideline in Andre Iguodala. But if there's no chance he's going to play, then it's obviously something you have to consider. Now, could Anthony Lamb be a guy who's on the postseason roster? Has flashed some ability, 49% from the field. I think he's been a nice little surprise for Golden State this year. Ty Jerome has done some decent things as well. Former national champion. He's got that winning in his blood. And hey, this is March, so keep that in mind as well. So what do you guys think, Dub Nation? I know it's a tough question. Should the Warriors cut Andre Iguodala? Type C for cut or type K for keep. What would you do with Iggy when it comes to the postseason? C for cut or K for keep. Coming up in just a few moments, everything you need to know about yesterday's Steph Curry injury update, as the Warriors are hoping to get him back very, very soon. But first, let's tell you guys about our sponsor. That, of course, is BetUS. If you want to go bet on NBA games the rest of the season, BetUS is the place to do it at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. Put down $100, you'll get $125 for free. You can bet on prop bets as well, so go check out BetUS. Are the Warriors still the favorites in the Western Conference? Well, an anonymous NBA executive has the Warriors winning the West, or at least as the favorites in the West. Here's Howard Beck on this topic. He said he just got off the phone with a team executive in the Western Conference, and we were talking about who the favorites in the conference are. He didn't even mention the Nuggets. He said, I think it's the Warriors or the Clippers. Every bit of data, all the logic, everything should tell us it's already over. The Warriors can't do us. Nobody gets this deep in the season with that record, and all the stats go into it and still wins a championship. It just doesn't happen. But whether it's sentimentally or whether it's a stubborn belief in the names, in the faces, and their resumes that we still see on the roster, I'm just not ready to brush them off. I'm just not. And I think it's a fair point by this exec because for a couple reasons. One, the teams at the top of the West right now, Denver and Memphis, are not proven in the postseason. The Grizzlies took a nice step last year, winning a series, and were fairly competitive against this Warriors team. But obviously, Golden State prevailed, and Denver has not been able to go deep in the playoffs except for that 1 year in the bubble where they went to the conference finals. So the pressure is going to be on Nikola Jokic and Ja Morant and those two teams. Golden State, they sneak in there as a 6, 7, 8 seed. They got nothing to lose, man. They've already won 4 championships. That's a easy place to be. You can just play loose and free, especially if this team can get fully healthy. You look at the current odds right now, BetUS, if you want to go bet on conference championship or NBA title odds, Warriors still have the 4th best odds. Obviously, Phoenix is going to be tough now with Kevin Durant in the mix. Nuggets plus 350, Clips plus 550, Grizz down at plus 750. I mean, the fact that the odds makers have Golden State ahead of Memphis already kind of tells you that they don't believe in what the Grizzlies can do in the postseason. If this team can get healthy, anything is possible. You cannot write this team off in terms of having a chance to win a championship. Now, I will admit that watching this team this year, it does look different. It doesn't look the same. But Steph's been out a while. Clay's been playing better as of late. If Steph can be fully healthy for the playoffs, you can't rule this basketball team out. So what do you guys think? Will the Warriors win the Western Conference? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I certainly think they can. Now, if I had to bet Warriors or the field, I would bet the field right now, but you can't rule out Golden State. They've been there. They've done that. They know what it takes in the playoffs. Let's get to the latest on Steph Curry here. The Warriors offered a very encouraging injury update when it comes to their superstar Hall of Fame point guard. Here's Adrian Wojnarowski on this topic, saying there's optimism. Golden State Steph Curry, who's dealing with that lower leg injury, will return sometime on next week's 3-game road trip, which begins Sunday against the Lakers. Warriors play Thunder on Tuesday and the Grizzlies on Thursday. Curry has been out since suffering the injury on February 4th. He's back soon, guys, and that's big. You know, you'll have 16, 18, 20 games or so to get him back into the swing of things, and hopefully nothing gets re-aggravated and, you know, get some momentum coming into the playoffs for Golden State. Here are the upcoming games here. Got the Clippers tonight, Pellies tomorrow, back-to-back there. Hopefully you can at least win one of those two. At the Lakers, no LeBron, so a game you should win. At OKC, a game you should win. And then at Memphis, maybe Steph returns for that Memphis game. That could be a playoff-type game, potentially like a 2-7 matchup, if we're being completely honest. So no time like the present. Hopefully Steph can get back and start contributing very, very quickly here for the Golden State Warriors. If you're excited to see Steph back and take some step backs, type 30 down in the comments below. Steph is just a staple in the NBA, even if you're not a Warriors fan. You want to see him healthy. You want to see him jacking up shots in the postseason. I know I do. So type 30 if you're excited to see him back. Subscribe and turn on those notifications here at Warriors Today, youtube.com/@WarriorsTV. Hit that noti bell so you never miss a video here on the channel. And, hey, we'll continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest Warriors news and rumors. I'm Harrison Graham from Chat Sports signing off. We'll see you next time.